This time on Sisu Van, we're fiberglassing. So up until this point, we've been using pretty controversial materials for this build. I mean, OSB and whitewood, come on. But I never would have done that if I wasn't planning on doing a comprehensive fiberglass job to finish things off. If you remember from video number 5, fiberglass has a yield strength of about 30,000 psi, where wood is only about 300, so literally 100 times stronger. It's where all your strength comes from. So to anybody thinking about maybe doing something like this, don't even consider it if you're not going to do fiberglass. I wouldn't trust it at all. So today's video is very important. Let's dive in. Fiberglass is a very common building material. Everything from boats to surfboards, RVs, and even commercial van toppers are made out of fiberglass. And it's such a great building material because of its high strength to weight ratio, and it's extremely easy to form and work with. I started by applying a healthy coat of fiberglass over all of the aluminum flashing. This provided some immediate strength and began to transform one of the weakest points of the topper into one of the strongest points. Then, using fiberglass mat, I applied over a gallon of resin to the roof alone. This should ensure a watertight seal for years to come and give me the strength I need to meet all of my stress requirements. Just like any paint, epoxy, or adhesive process, surface prep is everything, so make sure you sand thoroughly before every coat of fiberglass. Don't even think about sanding fiberglass without having some kind of respirator. This stuff, when it makes these fine glass particles, if you breathe that stuff in, that can mess you up for a long time. It's not worth it. If you use staples, only use one per section and use them sparingly. Also, don't overlap the mat like I do here. This ended up creating a lot of imperfections and air bubbles that I had to sand away and redo. At this point, I have 3 to 4 coats over this aluminum flashing, and it is hard as rock. If you're intimidated by doing this at home, I mean, you can't get much worse than what I just did. I mean, take a look at this fiberglass job. This is straight up terrible. I mean, I stopped halfway here yesterday because I ran out of resin, but man, is this a bad job. Look at this, there's stuff hanging out. This is hard already from yesterday. I overlapped it too much. There's air bubbles pretty much that whole line. Wow. I mean, I'm just very disappointed in this job. No matter how bad you mess up though, you can always sand it away and repeat the process. I decided to add in some last-minute mounting rails to the side of the topper. I wanted to install these before finishing the fiberglass, and I'm thinking they might be useful if I ever need to mount anything to the outside of the van, such as skis, fishing poles, ladders, or surfboards. As a secondary attachment method, I also fiberglassed right to the steel of the vehicle. This should also help a lot in terms of waterproofing and keeping my topper dry. And finally, I also fiberglassed a few key points on the inside of the topper where there was bound to be stress concentrations. Structurally, our topper is now complete and we are ready to put it to the test. Next time, we're going to be putting a 1,000-pound side load on this thing, as well as an impact test and a torsion test. So make sure you subscribe, you're not going to want to miss it.